Hello, everyone. By way of introduction, my name is Thomas Maldonado Reese, Assistant Director of Enrollment Requirements for the Harvard Division of Continuing Education. Here, I'll be presenting on the topic of understanding the math placement test at Harvard Extension School. Now, I know folks can often get anxious when they hear about placement tests or exams, so I hope that by talking through this test in detail with you, you'll be able to walk away feeling less anxious and more confident about your ability to tackle this placement test. One of the reasons I think you'll feel less anxious is because the math placement test is highly recommended, but not required as a free online test. For each of the following courses: pre-calculus, calculus 1 and 2, multivariate calculus, microeconomic theory, and our economics course on strategy, conflict, and cooperation, this diagnostic test will determine where your math skills are and allow you to see which of these courses you would be best suited to take given your knowledge thus far. And I do want to emphasize that while this isn't required, it is still highly recommended. This is because when you enroll in any one of these courses, the instructors and the teaching assistants are going to assume that you already have all of the prerequisite knowledge to succeed in these courses and are going to teach accordingly. That means they're not going to stop and review earlier math skills in order to prepare you for this course, nor will they spend their time in one-on-one office hours reviewing earlier math skills either. This test was designed to ensure that you are set up for success and have a foundational understanding of the prerequisite material to do well when starting in any one of these courses. So, where do you go? First, you'll need to log into your MyDCE student portal. If you scroll down, you'll see in that left-hand corner, which I've highlighted here in a red box, that says Online Services. From this box, click Visit Online Services, and you'll be taken to another page that looks like this. This is the main menu of Online Services, which houses the math placement test. Just hover your mouse over placement tests and you'll see the same pop-up that I'm showing you here. Simply click Math Placement Test in order to navigate to the test. You'll be greeted by a text box with the same list of courses we discussed earlier. And when you click that Take Math Test button, it's going to direct you to a page that looks like this. There are some technical requirements for your computer and browser that you should review before you proceed to the test. There is also a frequently asked questions page as well, which I would suggest that you read. Otherwise, you can click Proceed to Test to begin at any time. You may be wondering, how long does the test take? Well, the composition of the test, as well as the length of the test, will vary depending on the course you wish to enroll in, but the length will not exceed 75 minutes. Additionally, you can take the test up to 3 times total. However, if you're seeking to take the test more than once, you must allow at least 48 hours between 2 successive attempts. As soon as you finish this test, you will have your results. It will tell you what courses you are prepared to take. Now, I do want you all to make sure you plan carefully for when you take the test. On our website, we publish a calendar which outlines when the test will be available for each registration term. It's important that you take a look at those dates and plan carefully for when you want to register. Now, that's all for me on this test. I thank you again for taking the time to watch this, and I do hope you feel a bit more confident about tackling this placement test. If you do have any more questions about this exam, I do encourage you to reach out at the email address listed here. I also wanted to provide you with all of the contact information for the various enrollment requirements that you may encounter when you're registering for classes as well. Additionally, if you have more general questions and are new to Harvard Extension School, I encourage you to reach out to inquiry@extension.harvard.edu. For our returning students, I also wanted to remind you of how you can get a hold of our pre-degree advising and admissions office and certificate office as well. Thank you for attending today, and on behalf of the Harvard Extension community, I hope we see you on campus and online soon.